Before this video starts, I want to let you guys know we have the returning sponsor, Ridge Wallets, the minimal front pocket wallet that's designed to get rid of the junk we keep in our wallets day to day. Two metal plates bound together made from aluminum, titanium, or carbon fiber allows you to hold all of your cards with ease. If you guys are sick of losing cash to shit games like Identity or Flashpoint, don't carry cash at all. If you guys want insane deals on legit wallets from great wallet developers, use the link down below, ridge.com/bigfry for 10% off your order. Free worldwide shipping all over this beautiful planet. My name is Bigfry, and I guess a lot of you guys have been anticipating a video from me on Nether, the Untold chapter. If you guys were fans of Nether back in the day, if you were to pick this up right now, I feel like it would be very familiar to you. They've done a lot of changes in terms of the HUD, in terms of animation reworks, running and jumping. You can actually play in third person now as well. And it's weird because since launch, I have seen this game go from mostly negative to mostly positive to now sitting at a mixed review rating. And a lot of the complaints that I'm seeing, people are saying absolute trash like the old game. You would think they'd update the graphics, but it's still the same engine and the same trash. And I'm not sure if a lot of people understand what these guys are trying to do. BigfryTV basically did the same thing with the new Z. They take the game, they do bug fixes and fix all the exploits, add their anti-cheat in, and then that's what the game is now. Now, I don't really know BigfryTV. I didn't play the new Z. I don't know how their track record is, but I have to say, like, just running around and being able to see the game again in a multiplayer landscape is pretty fucking cool. The game is not that great because back then the game was in alpha, and so now we're getting basically an updated alpha from a new game company. So it's a little bit of a weird thing. I feel personally from playing for the last hour and a half or so, just jumping in, I actually found a group to run with, and then of course I tried to kill one of them at the end. But I find that the performance and the optimization is something that they really need to focus on right fucking now. People are going to jump in and you are going to be getting 30 to 40 to 50 FPS on the highest settings, and it's just not optimized. And for a game that came out in what, 2013, I feel like we need to start seeing some performance optimization, and they have said that this is something that they are going to be focusing on. They've added new creatures, they've added new items for crafting. They said they've gone and reworked all of the objects in the buildings, basically the render distances. In the old game, pretty much everything in the game either did not have a render distance at all or had an incorrect one, obviously because back then it was an alpha. They've gone through every single object in the whole world and set up the correct render distance settings. So they've done a lot of work on the game, maybe not as much on the content or maybe not as much on actual performance and stuff like that. But from the sounds of it, they have reworked a lot of stuff. They've gotten rid of like duping exploits and game breaking bugs that were existing in the original game. I don't know how to feel because like I see the work that they've done being an original Nether player and seeing it now. It definitely feels like old Nether, but you can tell that they've made some improvements. But I don't know their track record. I don't know how long this is going to go for. The game launched on the 15th of May, and I believe that there was a hotfix on the 16th of May. And they've just been working. They said fix some major server stability issues, fix an issue causing the game to potentially freeze when starting up. So they are working. I feel like this game should have been an early access game because it's an alpha, essentially. This to me, and I think this is where the mixed and the negative reviews are coming from, is the fact that this is the original game, just reworked. A whole bunch of stuff has been reworked, but this is essentially the alpha client that we got back in, I want to say it was 2013, but yet this isn't an early access title. The game is currently priced at $17.49 Canadian, so I think that's about $15, but it's on sale, of course. I can get it for $10. It's 40% off. I feel like they should have came in at early access at that discounted price, and I feel like people would be a lot more receptive to what these guys are trying to do. The game is showing its age, there's no doubt about that, and I really don't know how deep they're going to go in trying to bring that up to a modern gameplay style. I feel like if they weren't going to do the early access thing and they were going to go this route, they should have just made it on a new engine. They should have approached Nether Productions and said, look, let's make a sequel, you know, and go for it. But I know what these guys do. They buy IPs that are dead, that have a cult following of people that sit there and say, damn, man, I wish this game would come back. And then they bring it back in hopes to gather that nostalgic crowd to come in and play it. And if they can turn this into something that performs well, runs well, and then are able to add on to what we have already, awesome. But I don't, that's a lot of ifs, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I could really tell you guys, hey, this game could potentially be something, because yeah, it could, but we have no fucking idea. Now that's content creator Bigfry telling you guys exactly how it feels from a consumer perspective, from somebody who has played Nether. It's pretty fucking cool to be able to run around the world again. They've added new creatures and we see them, the flying and the ones jumping around, like the old silverback monsters and stuff like that. It's fucking cool. I loved Nether back in the day, and we had such a great community back then, and it's fun to just run around and kind of get pulled right back to 2013. It honestly, like when I jumped in, it was a whoa, this is fucking cool. So that's my personal thing. I can't take that and be like, yeah, you guys need to fucking buy it. But I would love to see if this could thrive with an actual player base of people playing Nether. I think that would be fucking cool. They need to work on the loot tables, because we were running around and it was impossible to find loot outside of killing monsters. There really wasn't a lot of pickups. They need to work on that. That's one of the biggest things gameplay wise, outside of the performance issues. And that's kind of how I'm feeling, man. I know there's gonna be people, this game looks like shit, and it does look like shit. This game looks like it runs like shit. It does run like shit. It's clunky. The player animations and the player movement, you can't strafe while sprinting. It feels old. It's an old game that was in alpha. And I think, like, if we look at it and be like, well, let's see what these guys can do. Cool, let's see what these guys can do. Don't buy it. But if you guys enjoyed Nether back in the day and you want to play it on multiplayer again, you can do that, which I think is pretty cool. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure you like and share it on social media, guys. Nether, the Untold chapter, is something that I'm probably going to be covering more on the Twitch side of things when I stream new updates and stuff like that. I don't know if this is something you guys really give a fuck about. I know a lot of you were asking me to cover it and talk about it, but if you guys really want me to follow this, I will, because this is something that interests me personally. I just don't know how well it's going to do on the channel. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I will follow it if that's something you guys are interested in. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Bigfry, and I'll see you on the next one.